What is up, people? Now, we got us a good little Sunday show here. Normally, peanuts is good. We normally don't do a Sunday show, but I'm going to start implementing them now that we have the Celebrity Doctor over there for Saturdays. Make sure you subscribe to the Celebrity Doctor YouTube channel. Everybody in the chat that actually saw our show last night, let them know how good it was. Just let them know. It speaks for itself, okay? But over here, we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to start off talking about Bow Wow and the fact that he didn't expose that he dated Black China and he dated Keisha Cole. And I'm going to ask y'all, do you really care? Then we need to get into Wendy Williams, whose brother has called her out via YouTube, called her out via social media. And he's hurt by Wendy's actions. And then we're going to sum up with Juelz Smith, who is actually Solange's son. You know, this is Beyonce's nephew. We're going to get into that later. And him exposing and leaking Skai Jackson's kitty. And now that she's 18, I can actually say he leaked her kitty. I was going to say licked the kitty, but he probably did that too. All right. So, all right. Can y'all hear me and see me good? Before we get into everything, can y'all hear me and see me good? Because we about to get started. Okay, bam. So first things first. We got to talk about Shad Moss over here. He's over there on Growing Up Hip Hop doing his thing. I don't really know if a lot of people are paying attention to him outside of Growing Up Hip Hop. We know that a lot of things on these reality shows are scripted. But for some reason, the internet cared that he has revealed 2 women that he dated that I guess people never would have thought he would have dated. I'm going to be very honest with you. Any woman that I've actually seen Bow Wow with, it always looks like an odd pairing to me. Is it just me? Maybe y'all feel the same way, right? Like the scripper that beat him up and put the tiger stripes across his face, that didn't really look like a regular pairing. Bow Wow and Masika Kalisha, that really didn't look right to me. Him and Angela looked somewhat okay, but I felt like Angela would have looked way better with Romeo. I'm just saying. I have not seen Bow Wow and Erica Mena. That was a weird ass pairing. And I'm not a woman. Maybe you whatever you guys look for in guys that look, I totally would not understand. But we are not going to sit here and act like we have really just seen him with these women and been like, oh, that's a cute look. Oh, that's a really handsome couple. Oh, neither of them are lowering their standards. They're both on the same level. You ain't seen him in not nan one relationship yet where you said that. Not nan one. Okay, so I'm going to play this audio clip of a conversation between Shad, between Shad and his mother about this album that he's going to come out with where he is exposing 9 of his actual relationships. And then we're going to talk about, can a man really kiss and tell? Should a man talk about women after they've been done messing around? There's been a lot of exposing of women, all right, this past weekend. Let me play this audio here and we'll be right back. Let's get to this audio. Where's this damn audio at? Here we go.
Anything I've ever done, and I know how all my fans love the relationship girl records. So I said I'm gonna do a whole album like that, but I'm gonna call it Letter to My Exes. Each song is about a girl who I shared prices, like a piece of my life with. There's gonna be a little bit of backlash from it. You just gotta wait and see. I know they're gonna be nervous. I know the women are gonna be nervous because of it's Bow, so it's like, okay, what is he gonna say? But it's like, it's not. You gotta just wait and see. You gotta be careful with that. Like Nah, mama's gonna be dope.
They're not gonna say their names. You're not gonna say their names.
Yes, the songs are gonna be them.
Oh God.
But everything is facts, and there's no dancing around nothing.
So we got Ange, we got Keisha Cole. Who else?
How about this? I want you to be surprised. Thing is, when they see the track list and they see these names, the internet is gonna go crazy.
So how many songs? Like 60 songs or 100?
No, it's like 9.
I never knew you'd been in relationships. I just thought you like strippers.
Oh God. Said if I do my album, well, yeah, there's a girl in there that used to strip.
Did Johnny make the album?
Who?
I thought you dated Johnny Black.
Hell no. I'm talking about a girl who went from dancing to, she hit the lotto. Black China.
I like China.
Don't nobody know that. That's all the names are.
Now here's my whole thing, right? Do you guys think that a man is actually okay for a man to expose who he's been with and use his past relationships to further his career? Because women have certainly been doing it since the beginning of time. Come on now, we gonna call a thing a thing. Literally, if you look at R&B and you look at pop, especially R&B, the majority of these songs is about women that went through bad relationships and then they made songs about them and they got rich and famous. Look at Taylor Swift. Literally, every album is about a dude. She's really only dating these dudes to make albums because Taylor Swift was way more interested in playing with her cats than ever playing with these dudes. She really don't care about them. That is an old hunchback cat lady. We know that. So which is it? Now I gotta say this: when I actually saw this episode, to me, Bow Wow's mother was not keeping it all the way real with him. See, Bow Wow likes him a fighter. He likes him a woman that can scrap. Now he don't win the fights with these women when they go toe to toe, but he likes to be beat up. He is certainly a glutton for punishment and food as well, and alcohol. He's over there on Grown Up Hip Hop looking swollen, more swollen than ever. Now let me say this: if he thinks that he's really gonna put out an album discussing the intimate details of his relationships with these women, and these women are not going to do nothing about it, not send no goons after him, or not send no cease and desist letters to him, he's absolutely crazy. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with doing it. I just don't. And then we look at the women that he's been with. Black China. That don't even look right. What were they together for? Was Black China trying to get a bag? What China was this? Was this Black China used to race with China in the race with China just to race with China? Or was this Angela White? Like, which one was it? Because if it was Angela White, then I understand. She was just getting a bag. But ain't no way now you messing with the Black China now. Not the one that's bleaching her knuckles, her elbows, and her shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't believe that. All right. And then you go back and you look at Keisha Cole. What Keisha Cole did you mess with? Was it the one with the bang and the gap? That was the best Keisha. Let me tell you something to these singers out here. It just seems like when they lose weight, when they close their gap, or when they take their bangs out, it's like their magical powers will go away. We need Keisha with the gap back. We really do. But anyway, which one was it? Keisha pre-gap or Keisha after the gap? Because I don't really think you can pull Keisha the gap now. Even when Baba was with Erica Mena, I think he just called her in a low moment. I never believed that Erica really loved him. It just didn't look right to me. And so it's kind of sad at this point in Bow Wow's career that y'all really don't care about nothing else he has to say, and so now he has to expose all the women he's been with for a record. And here's the thing: I'm not even mad that he's gonna do it. I'm mad at the fact that he's gonna do it, and y'all still not gonna buy it. Y'all still are not gonna care. And now all this business is out here really for nothing. Let me put them back up here. What do y'all think? Are y'all here for a man kissing and telling? Are y'all here for a man kissing and telling? Cause I don't know. I don't know if I am. Keisha busted his car windows out. I thought that was Birdman. No, that's when Keisha was with Birdman and she popped up at the condo when he was with another chick. She went and busted his windows out. Unless Keisha just ran her like Jasmine Sullivan busting everybody's car windows out. Hell, I don't know. Sierra's gonna be a part of it too. You know what? Bow Wow would do better off going to Vlad TV and just talking about all the women that he done slept with than making an album, because I just think y'all don't care. And you know what else is funny and interesting? Bow Wow has not played not one piece of this music to Jermaine Dupri or the Brat. He ain't played it for his daddy or his mama. He ain't played it for one of them. Why? Because they gonna think that shit is trash too. And we know whenever you leave Jermaine Dupri, your music ain't good no more. No way. We know that. Hell, the Mariah Carey learned the hard way and Usher learned the hard way too. It is what it is. What about Joy? That didn't even look. I'm sure she's gonna make the list because that's the mother of his child. But they didn't even look right together. Every woman that is around him, it looks like she's being paid to be there. And when the checks don't clear, they bust his windows out or they scratch his face up. I'm just saying. See, we don't want to know that T. We want to know the Raz BT. We want to know the B2KT of it all. We want to know the Backstreet Boys type of T. You understand what I'm saying? We don't really care that you dated Keisha Cole and Black China. We want to hear about the limo T. We want to hear. That's what the people want to know. I'm sorry. But that's what the people want to know. Other than that, nobody cares. Moving right along from that. All right. We got to talk about Wendy Williams and her brother Tommy. Now, I gotta tell you guys this. I do have Tommy's phone number, okay? And if he wants to reach out and have a discussion about this on the channel, we can reach out, because I in my honest opinion, I see things differently than him. But this is a man that's grieving, so let me just explain it, all right? To the far right, you got Wendy Williams. In the middle is their sister, Wanda, and she's an attorney. And then to the left is Tommy. Now, Tommy lives down there in South Florida, and he's a trainer, but now he's trying to get into, like, the podcasting thing, and he has his own YouTube channel. And he was on his YouTube channel, and he talks about Wendy a lot, but that is his sister, and he expresses himself. Now, I'm going to say this. To see Tommy throw out, pour his heart out to a bunch of strangers to tell some of the intimate details of this family business. Once again, number one, that's part of Wendy's karma. You talk about people your whole career, people are eventually going to talk about you. And it's usually the ones closest to you that know your shit, because can't nobody talk about you like the people that know you. People in the streets, when they talk about you, that's speculation. But believe me, when somebody's family members spill their tea, that's very hurtful. Believe that. I'm telling you. That. I mean, it's keeping me in business, so I can tell you. So he took to his YouTube channel to actually talk about the fact that Wendy did not come to her mother's funeral. Her mother died, I believe, a couple months ago now at this point from COVID-19 complications. We've seen Wendy's parents many times at the show. She's talked about them many times over the years. And so there is no doubt in my mind that Wendy Williams loves her mother. There is no doubt in my mind that she misses her mother every day. However, Wendy chose not to come to the funeral, and the brother, who is Tommy, he took that personally. All right, Wendy has not really, according to him, really been around to check on their father, who is still alive now, and, you know, on his own without his wife after 60-something years of marriage. I mean, how would you be as a person if your spouse died? You've been with them for 60 years, and now you're alone. Like, you know, usually, I hate. Y'all know how the saying go. I'm not even gonna speak it, but y'all know how the saying go. When one couple die, one part die, you know. Okay, so Wendy allegedly has not really been around to check on her father, wasn't there for support for her siblings and her father at the funeral, and just chose to move on with her life. Now, I'm going to play you some of his audio. We're going to hear his side of the story, and then I'm going to tell y'all what I think. I'm going to tell y'all what I think, because I see it a little bit differently than most people. I see it a little bit differently. All right, we sick of hearing from you, Bow Wow. All right.
I really miss my mother. How hard I try, like, you know, to try to push through and hold myself up and create the Tommy Cats and be happy for my wife and my family, my dad especially. It makes it rough. It's rough. And I'm not getting answers that I need to have, you know.
This audio so damn low.
And I'm not getting answers that I need to have, you know.
All right, so you hear that for the most part. I'll reiterate that. Basically, Tommy was in his car. He was upset. He was crying because he wants to know how Wendy can just move on with her life like nothing ever happened after her mom passed. How can Wendy just go back to her show? How can Wendy not come by to check on the dad? How can Wendy not really call him to check on him? Because there's no way that Wendy is calling on her brother and sister and checking on them, or at least her brother, and he's talking the way he is on YouTube. There's just no way. You know, Tommy also goes on in that video to say that, well, Kevin Hunter came to the funeral and paid his respects, but Wendy didn't. And Kevin Hunter should have come because that was his mother-in-law for many years. That's the least he could have done, especially after, you know, publicly embarrassing her daughter. That's the least that man could have done, okay? Wasn't for Wendy, where would Kevin be? Pimping somebody else. Anyway. So Tommy was just very, very hurt about this. And in my opinion, even though Tommy is entitled to his feelings and he is entitled to process it the way that he needs to, in my opinion, he has absolutely no right to judge Wendy for not attending her mother's funeral. Funerals, first of all, are for the living. They're not even for the dead. Because the dead can't hear you. And the dead ain't there. I don't know if y'all know this, and I know everybody's spirituality beliefs are different, but once a person dies, the spirit leaves the body. So all of the hoopla, the ceremonies, the charade, the ritual you're doing of burying the body, of celebrating their life, all of that is really for you to help you heal and process. Most importantly, funerals are a business, but don't even get me on that rabbit hole of churches and how they're a business, funerals, how they're a business, weddings, and how they're a business. Because, you know, you don't have to have a wedding to get married. I don't know if y'all knew that, but you don't, right? Okay, so all of the hoopla that you see, people hollering, crying out, falling out, the food that you eat afterwards. And I never understood that either, because you will have somebody in the casket who died from high blood pressure. You lower their ass in the ground. Then you go to the basement of the church and eat fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens with hog mugs. And like, it just makes no sense. But whatever makes you happier, right? You know, and then you got the uncles that go out to the back of the church, that go further out back behind a tree and smoke their weed and drink their 40s. That's just how it goes down. But this is absolutely Wendy's decision. It was Wendy's decision to go to her mother's funeral or not. Everybody cannot handle funerals. Everybody don't want to remember their loved one being in a pine box. That's not how people want to remember their loved ones. Some people feel like they would rather just remember the good times, rather the memories. You know, last time they saw that person, they were in good spirits. They were alive. They were healthy. I don't want to remember them like that. And maybe Wendy just can't process it. We also have to keep in account that Wendy's life over the last 18 to 24 months has really been one big tragedy, okay? It's really been one big slap in the face from karma. Her husband had been cheating on her the whole time, but not only did her husband get another woman pregnant, she done lost her boyfriend in the process, had her own mental breakdowns in the process, allegedly went to rehab. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. It was a whole bunch of cover-ups, but my whole point is, between seeing her fall out on television, which was, she gonna tell you in the movie what. Okay, I know what the fallout really was. I'm not going to say. I'm going to tell you if they tell the truth in the movie or not. If they don't tell the truth in the movie, then I'm going to tell you what it really was. But I feel like it's pretty obvious, because all that stuff about she overheated, her studio was literally kept cold. She keep her studio cold. Rachel Ray keep her studio cold too. Tyra Banks used to keep her studio cold too. That's how you keep people awake. That's why sometimes it'll be summertime and you look in the audience of a show and they got on jackets. They keep it cold to keep you awake. Lifetime, I'm going to see if you keep it real or not. But between falling out, between losing a husband, between her son leaving the nest and going home, so now she's an having empty nest syndrome, between then moving from your glamorous home to a condo, to watching your ex-husband have a baby by another woman and everybody talk about it, and you still have to put on a face to get in front of a camera to do the hot topics and entertain, because at this point this is all you have. I've been saying for the last year and a half, I don't know why Wendy has not just went somewhere and sat her ass down and just really got herself together. But you know why? Because if you sit down and you alone, you are alone with your thoughts. And a lot of people can't look in the mirror, and a lot of people can't deal with the voice that's in their head. You can talk shit, you can put on a brave face, you can run from people, but you can't run from yourself. Which is why some people take their own lives and they just be up out of here, because they just get, like, if you really are able to empathize and listen to people, especially the ones that deal with depression, deal with a lot of guilt, they will tell you, I just can't take it anymore. I can't take the voices. I can't take this. I can't take that. It is a lot. The woman has literally been through a lot the last year and a half. She's dealt with deaths of relationships, deaths of her own, really on her own. But her brother's upset because she didn't come to the funeral. And in my humble opinion, it's not his place to tell his sister how she should grieve, because everybody grieves differently. Now, his argument is that their father needed her and he needed her. But you know what? At the end of the day, Tommy, you still have a wife to hold you up. Your father at least had 2 of his children there and grandchildren, and who else to help him? Wendy has nobody. Their little boyfriend, Wendy has nobody. Why you think she was using DJ Booth the way that she was? When we gonna talk about this? And I'm still not gonna tell y'all everything that she was doing and how I feel she's lost it at this point, allegedly. But that's neither here nor there. But having DJ Booth run errands for her all the time, come around to the house all of the time, yes, a lot of it was for show. Yes, a lot of it was to make the public believe that she's really living an active life outside of the show, when in reality, she's not. When in reality, she's usually at home by herself with Lifetime, with the blinds shut, just like she was for the majority of her marriage. Did y'all ever really listen to that over the years with Wendy? When she would talk about what she did for the weekend and she wouldn't say her and Kevin went here because Kevin was with Sharina. She wouldn't say she did X, Y, and Z. Oh, I was at home and I watched Lifetime all weekend. I was at home and I watched the rerun of Sex and the City all weekend. I like to stay home in my room, blinds closed. She was telling y'all without telling y'all. The woman has already been lonely for a long time. She's been going through it for a long time. Do y'all really even think, and I can't say for sure what this woman does, but do y'all really even think after losing a husband, watching him have a baby on you, your son growing up and going away to college, losing your mother, having all the blogs and everybody talking about you, all that shit hitting you at once, do you even think this woman is coming to work every day without being heavily medicated? The woman was just in the mental hospital, what, 6 months ago? And or a year ago, and you think she's even able to work and process everything with a sober mind? I don't even believe that. And I'm not saying she's doing crack, but I'm pretty sure she got doctors to give her something for, I don't know, anxiety, or even probably even something for her to actually sleep. I understand that hurt people, and right now Tommy is very hurt. And even if he calls me, we can have the conversation. I wasn't going to bother him about this because it wasn't that important. But in my opinion, he needs to grieve the way that he's grieving, which is why he's venting to social media and YouTube and whomever else. Wendy is going to grieve the way that she grieves, which is by moving on with her life and doing what she has done all her life, which is work. Because the true love of Wendy's life is her work. It's the one thing that honestly hasn't betrayed her. Well, her son, of course, but still. That's all Wendy has. Why y'all think Wendy ain't left yet? Why y'all think Wendy ain't went and sat down yet? Wendy have trouble walking. Did y'all see her on The Masked Singer? They had to carry her. You see her when she's in that chair. It's not the same Wendy. She have trouble remembering the hot topics. Norman has to step in a lot. We watching the Norman show most of the time. Hey, Norman. While that show's still on, Norman, you use one of them bonus checks and you go get them teeth bleached. That's what you do, Norman. I'm sick of looking at them yellow ass teeth. Ain't no way I'm finna be on TV with no yellow ass teeth. Get them teeth bleached. Or buy some new ones, damn it. I'm just saying. The woman been through hell. Why does her brother not understand that this is probably one of the things to see her mother in that pine box that might have took her over the edge? That might have actually took her over the edge. I don't see why people can't understand that. Let me see what y'all saying in here.
I'm not getting answers that I need to have.
All right.
Not getting it.
Let me see what y'all got to say. I don't understand why people don't get that. I feel so bad for this lady. I do too. I wouldn't wish this. I wouldn't wish that kind of pain on nobody at all. And especially for her to get hit with everything at once. But to be honest, and I got to keep it real, because Storm do the same. Storm, not the same thing she do, but close. She opened up. If there was no Wendy Williams to take all the hits and the death threats and the lawsuits that she did, there'd be no me here today to even do this on this platform. So you got to give her respect. But how did Whitney Houston feel over the years when Whitney called her a crackhead every day at noon? Because that was a running joke. That's why Whitney called in finally. First of all, Whitney and Robin was going to whoop Wendy's ass. There was a few people that wanted to beat up Wendy. Angie Martinez, but I believe Angie got held back. She didn't even get to Wendy. Robin and Whitney were going to do it. But they ended up changing their mind. They got sidetracked. I don't know what they got sidetracked with, but they did. Okay. How do you think Whitney Houston felt dealing with what she was dealing with, and you got somebody else who also did drugs calling you a crackhead? How do you think Judge Mathis felt when Wendy kept insinuating that his wife was a lesbian and that they had threesomes and that they were swingers and they had an open relationship. I'm just saying. Whatever you put out there, it comes back. And so you just have to make peace with that. But that doesn't mean I wish that on her at all. But we gotta be honest. But Whitney called and got her together. Judge Mathis got her together. Look how Charlemagne was done. That wasn't right. Why? Because he introduced Sharina to wax? Kevin, Wendy was your wife. How do you get mad when your side hoe was introduced to another dude? There's no fidelity with side chicks. It's already an infidelity type of infidelist relationship. Charlemagne needed Wendy and Kevin. He used to live in a condo. He needed them. He didn't have shit. And to wake up one day and to think that a woman that got your back, that you sit next to every day, who then taught you pretty much everything you know, that then gave you this game, and one day their relationship's just done. No explanation, no nothing. How do you think he felt? Now, thank God he was intelligent and strong enough to pick himself up and move on. But what if he didn't? What if he didn't? Well, honestly, he'd be one of these people today we see exposing folks, honestly. Because a lot of them are only exposing because they didn't make it to where they thought they should have been. Comes back. All right, people. Let's move right along from that. I like these little Sunday lives. Like, I'm not screaming at y'all. We just having a real, actual conversation. Okay, now moving right along from that, we got to talk about Juelz Smith and Skai Jackson. Now, Juelz Smith is Solange's son. Don't y'all remember when Solange was pregnant? She got pregnant by like her high school sweetheart. Well, his name is Daniel. Daniel Sr. This is Daniel Jr. here. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all her baby daddy, because some of y'all might have forgot who her baby daddy was. Let me show you. I was surprised that Solange never had any more kids after that, but maybe she was one and done. Some people are just like that. Where's the pappy at? He was actually in that Soldier video with Destiny's Child, but I'm gonna actually show y'all the baby daddy. Here we go. Here's a more up-to-date picture. All right. Here we go, people. Hold up. It's coming. There we go. So that's the baby daddy there. All right. We got Daniel Sr. on the left, Daniel Jr. on the right, Solange there in the middle. Now tell me, honestly, if you look at Juelz, he looked like Tina to me. Ain't that weird? Like, he looked more like Tina than Solange or Beyonce. He don't even look like his daddy for real. He looked like Tina. Ain't it somehow genetics work? That kind of creeped me out though. I don't want to have no baby that look like a family member. Shit, you got away from them for a reason. Anyway, so there was actually a picture that had came out. Well, actually, let me back up and tell the story. So Skai Jackson is over there from the Disney Channel. She was on a show called Jessie, I think. Now that was kind of after my years of watching Disney. I remember watching That's So Raven on Disney, Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens. Like, I remember the good Disney for real. This new stuff, I mean, I gave VP True Jackson a chance with Kiki, but other than that, I ain't had nothing to do with it. And we know how demonic they are over there. Like, they still, they still ain't told y'all how Britney Spears' sister really got pregnant. Anyway, moving right along. So a group chat leaked, and it seems to be that Juelz and Skai Jackson were actually dating at one point. She cheated on him, which is why now Juelz is blasting this young girl. Now, here's the thing. She dated him about a year ago. She was 17 at the time, and he was 15. And right away, the internet is calling her an R. Kelly. Ooh, this is bad. Ooh, if this was a man, it would be wrong. What's wrong with 17 and 15? That's only a 2-year difference. I'm not understanding what the problem is. See, when it both ends in teen, it's really not that bad. 17 and 15 is not unheard of. Whether you flip it male or female, who cares? 18 and 16, it might be illegal, But still, technically, they're only 2 years apart. You don't magically get different just because you're 18 years old. I don't know who told y'all that. Maybe you was one of the ones giving head up under the bleachers during biology class, but that ain't how your brain work, boo-boo. Like, I got another question for the lawmakers, right? Why is it that people are grown? No, you can drive at 16, you grown at 18, but your brain is not done developing until 25. Some of y'all 50, some of y'all just slow. But seriously, your frontal cortex, this right here with the decision-making, impulse control, it's not done developing until you are 25. So why are people adults at 18? Shouldn't technically your parents raise you until you're 25? I'm just asking. It don't make any sense. You drive it at 16, you can't have sex to 18 unless you're both under 18. But your brain is not even done developing. You don't even understand the gravity of your actions until 25. But you can drink at 21, buy cigarettes at 18, go off to the military, and get killed at really 17 and a half if your parents sign off on it. It doesn't make sense. But nonetheless. So I saw this photo actually circulating of the two. Because some people was like, nah, they wasn't dating. Yes, they was. No, they wasn't. They was just friends. Twitter dug. As you know, Twitter is the world's best private investigator, way better than the FBI. And they found an old pic of Skai and Juelz that had apparently been deleted at one point. And you actually see the Jesse poster in the background, all right? I can't tell really where this is at. It looks like a living room of some sort. I don't know whose house, but nonetheless, does this look like a girl and a guy that are just friends? It could be. You know, they could be besties, but I don't see that. I see a couple. I see a young couple when I see that. Come on now. Let's be real. Let's be grown. They was over there doing grown up stuff, so we can call it like it is. Ladies, let me ask you something. If that was your man, could his girl bestie get on his neck like that? With no shirt? You know what that reminded me of? Wait a minute. I'm going to take y'all back down memory lane. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what that picture reminded me of. And Jada over there tried to tell us wasn't none going on with them. But the optics of it didn't look right. The optics of it didn't. That reminded me of this picture right here. And Willow was, what, 15, 14 at the time? It gave me the same kind of aura. Except with them, at least they're not touching each other. They're just laying on the same bed together. Skye was all on Juelz's shoulders. Now, turns out that they actually was dating. She cheated on him, and he has blasted her. So let's actually go through. Let's go through these group chats. All right. So Juelz was actually asked, like, are you and Skye still friends? He said, hell no. He said the same thing on his Insta story too. So then he says, she cheated off, I left. Of course. And then 713 Leah says, Skye cheated? Gary says she cheated? Truth be held, I can't really say I'm surprised with that. Earth Eternal said, I'm sorry, but he had sex with Skye? Juelz said, she cheated. And yeah. Now, right away, these celeb kids get it twisted because they think because they go in these private group chats that the stuff won't get leaked. You know why did they think that? Because they're teenagers. Their frontal lobe here is not all the way done developing and they don't understand the gravity of their actions. Just like LeBron James' son didn't understand that smoking weed on IG and just sending it to your close friends. Yeah, your close friends leak your shit. Everybody ain't your friend. They learned it one way or another. I know of a lot of apps. I'm not going to go there. Let's just say these celebrities got their ways of living life like we do without it being public. Like, you have social media for regular people, and then celebrities are on it, and then you have social media that's just for these celebrities. I'm not going to tell all the tea. Moving right along. Moving along to the next group chat here that leaks. Juelz said, I effed her good, got her addicted, and left her. It's complicated. So you had sex with Skye. Isn't she 2 years older than you? Juelz said, nigga, age don't matter. Age ain't nothing but a number. Get down ain't nothing but a thing. You know what, Juelz? I am going to tell you. Oh, Juelz. Why keep calling you Juelz? You ain't in foreclosure. Juelz, I will tell you this. You are definitely ready for the industry. You said age don't matter. You already know what it's all about. Your Uncle Jay-Z definitely taught you well. And your daddy and your granddaddy too. All right. Nathan then said, it does to me. Juelz said, not to me. But yeah, we did. Now, why do you think Juelz would be okay with just blasting this girl's sexual history like this? Because nobody really asked. I mean, people asked, but nobody really cared that much. Nobody had to know. He never had to confirm or deny. Why did he feel okay with doing this? Well, he's a young boy. He's in that stage where young boys do dog ass shit to women and young ladies, and he don't care. He never cared about her. Literally, he effed her just to say he did. Oh, come on now, people, come on. So then when we move on from that, as you see, this was actually leaked from Gorilla. Okay, we got T in the Shade there, and then there's another page on IG called Gorilla something. Damn, I can't remember, my bad. But anyway, I'll shut y'all later. So Juelz said, you think I give a F? Wait till I sue your ass effing snitch. Now, apparently the snitch is the person that leaked this, okay? And you can tell from these messages here if they're real. But when I looked at his Instagram page, it's the same, like, thumbnail there. But not that people can't make this shit up either. Okay, moving along. I'm assuming that Juelz was actually speaking with the person that leaked the group chat. That's what I'm assuming he was speaking with, right? That person said, there's way more ish you have done. Let's see what the judge says. Juelz says, who the F are you? Juelz says, my aunt is Beyonce. You really think I'm gonna get sued? Take a next guess, effing idiot. I don't care. Well, let's stop right there, right? Let's dissect that. The privilege of it all. But this is my thing. This is why if I was Solange, I would double slap him, pimp slap him. Because he didn't say my mama was Solange. Like, even he knows that Beyonce's name means way more than Solange. Damn. Solange been getting this shit her whole career on how Beyonce was better. Even though Solange actually fighting and speak up for herself. Beyonce go channel demons. But, allegedly. But it's just funny to be that not only has the media said this for years, like there's Beyonce and her sister Solange. She's never really been Solange. She's been Beyonce's sister Solange. And now her own son didn't say that my mama is Solange. He said my aunt is Beyonce. Damn. Even he know her name is bigger. He said, I don't care anymore. I still gave that dark ass bitch D. Stop effing leaking chats. If you delete anymore, you will see what effing some. It gets blurry from there. We don't care. The main point is he said, I don't care. I gave that dark ABD. Let me let that sit with y'all. Because right away, I want to get mad at the boy. Why would you say that? That's so disrespectful. Why would you say that? You know, you got different skin colors in your family, and you know, we was told that when your mama and auntie was growing up, y'all didn't tolerate colorism. But then I said the boy is 15. No, the boy is 16 now. He's 16. He's 16. Who taught him to say that dark AB? Who taught him to look at dark-skinned young girls like that? Who taught him that? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, his auntie is who she is. His mother is who she is. Do you really think this boy is going to school with black folks like that? Probably not. Do you really think being around this grandpa, who also has said, it's on Vlad TV, I'm not going to say allegedly. Grandpa Matthew with one T also said, the only reason I dated Tina is because I thought she was a white woman. Wait a minute. See, y'all think it's a game. He thought Tina was white when he met her. That's the only reason why he actually talked to her. He found out Tina was black later. Let's look at Tina as a young woman. Let's see if we can find that picture. I think this is a game. I'm gonna put up a picture right now. Because Matthew's mama told him, don't bring no dark-skinned, nappy-headed woman to this house. It's unfortunate his mother told him that, but that's what she told him. This is Tina back in the day. That's Tina back in the day. They look like a full-fledged white woman. This is Robin Dixon. I'm willing to bet if we do Tina's DNA, it's gonna be way more European genes than it is African genes, all right? See, Raven, this is what somebody actually looks like that you claim, got 50% in Europe, 50% in Africa, Raven. Even though we remember, we Raven, oh Lord, Raven still thinks she dark white. Anyway, this is actually dark white, Raven, all right? Wipe your mouth, Raven. Wipe your mouth. Get a drink of water. Licking carpet all day will have your tongue dry. But you see that there? And you know how Matthew looking? He saw her, and he thought she was white. That's the only reason why today we have a Beyonce and Solange. If he had known she had any color in her, he'd have looked the other way. All right, so moving right along from that, if that's already in your family, then we don't know his pappy. We don't know how he feels, but this is another light skin man. I'm just saying, it's not really no dark skin around besides Kelly and the grandpappies. And so I just feel like for him to say that about Skye, that has to be learned behavior. You don't just come up with that out of the blue. And that has to come from home. I don't think it's coming from Solange. It has to be coming from dad. Has to be coming from friends. Has to be coming from a circle. Come on now, let's call a thing a thing. Where did this boy learn that behavior? Because I wasn't talking like that in no 17. Now, to be fair, I was ugly as hell at 16. Wasn't nobody having sex with me. My mother didn't have to worry about that. I don't even know why she was preaching so much about the word and waiting till you marry, blah, blah, blah. She didn't have to preach none of that because who was I having sex with? But you have a kid like that, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that. That is definitely the type to bring home a grandbaby at like 16. It definitely is. And now, moving along from that, in addition to that, Juelz has also leaked a Snapchat video of him playing with Skye's kitty cat. Why you act like that? Why you act like that? Yeah, cause I stay with my kitty cat. Yeah, I'm staying with my kitty cat. Had a kitty cat all up over Twitter and all the social medias. Now, I didn't go and actually watch that video because I ain't finna go watch something from minors. I'm gonna leave that there. I can't say it because of the algorithm. Just like y'all that watched the R. Kelly tape, you know what you watched was CP, right? You know that's what that was. But if you go through Twitter and you read the comments enough, everybody describes it, so you get it. And so apparently it's a Snapchat video of about a year ago of him fingering this girl. It's like an 8-second video and it cuts off. And they think just because they Snapchatted that it's gone. Like, no, that's there forever. According to these comments, Skye was aware that she was being taped, but she probably didn't think that the boy would ever leak it. But hell, all the girls think that. That is the oldest trick that's the oldest trick in social media. Baby, it's just for me. I ain't gonna never share it. I ain't gonna never tell nobody. I'm here to let you ladies know. Oh, they share it, and they tell it, and they spread it to everybody. Take my word for. I was in a frat. Take my word for it. They share it. They spread it, and all they boys have seen it. All of us. Even your squirting vids, man. We've seen them. It's some dudes I went to school with today that didn't, they married these young ladies now. And we've all seen a cootie cat. And that she could squirt from one end of the room to the other. All right, so now, with that being said, Juelz has now put his mother in a very compromising position because not only did your son share CP, at this point now, I believe that Skye Jackson and her mother can come after his family legally. There has to be some legal repercussions from this, all right? And everybody that's sharing it, technically, you at fault too. So don't share it. Don't have it on your social media page. Take it down. Act like you didn't see it. Clean out your cookies. Just do what you got to do. Because it's not legal for you to look at. But this is what y'all don't understand, right? This is what y'all don't understand. This girl's kitty cat is now out there forever. And she's 18 years old. It's not that we're going to lose respect for her because she wasn't trying to put out a sex tape. This is not something she was doing for attention. I'm not even going to keep her at fault because literally, she didn't think this would ever get out. But now this is something that has to follow her for the rest of her life, all because a little boy that she dated wanted to be petty. It's sad. It really is. It really is. It's really sad. Let me come here and look at y'all comments. Wow, golly, these comments is going fast. Hold up. I gotta slow this chat down. Live chat, enable slow-mo. Let's do 40. Whew, my goodness. Let's see. Y'all said he wrong for that. Sadly, it seems colorism will always be a thing. I'm tired of it. People are people. There's only two types, good and bad. All he did was run his finger. Her coochie wasn't exposed. Either way, close enough. Close enough to have this girl spread like that. Come on now, y'all. That ain't cool. The internet is forever. But when you that young, you don't understand the gravity of your actions. You just don't, man. You just don't. Malicious intent. Go after that $1 billion in the elevator. Oh yeah. I would definitely sue. And Solange needs to come up off some cash. Period. Need to come up off some cash. Because there's a lesson here that needs to be taught. That when you do things, there is consequences for your actions. You read what the boy said. My auntie Beyonce, you ain't gonna never sue me. You heard what he said. But did you see what the other person said in the group chat? In the DMs. They said, wait until the judge see what else you have done. These celebrity kids be into all kinds of ish. And this shit finna hit the fan. We barely into 2021 and they already out here clowning. Damn. It's her ritual humiliation, nothing more, nothing less. It absolutely could be. You guys, in Hollywood, there is absolutely a reason why pretty much every famous person, you've seen them naked. Think about it. You've seen them naked, having sex, or exposed in some kind of way. And it shouldn't be that way, nor does it have to be that way. The actresses, what they have to do, show their boobs in a movie, normally to even get an Academy Award or even to get recognized. They can make 20 movies where they playing really good roles. You don't even recognize them until what? They're a slave that's getting raped and beat. They play a prostitute degrading themselves. Or she naked. And actually having sex with Billy Bob Thornton. That was how Halle Berry got that Oscar, allegedly. If you go back and watch, you see his old man balls slapping up on the bottom of that brown ass. Allegedly. Just really think about it. For the men, they have to cross-dress, play a homosexual, or get shot in the butt in the movie. Think about it. Think about it. Best believe her agent, whoever Skye's agent is right now, Skye may be pissed about it, but her agent is loving this. Because now we don't look at Skye as a little girl anymore. Now you're a woman. I'm going to be interested to see how her mom, who I believe is her mama, I'd be interested to see how she spins this. And if she's going to start letting Skye get into more adult roles, I mean, you might as well, because, I mean, once the world see your kitty, you can't go back to Disney. You can go back to Disney after your kitty done been seen. That's for them producers and executives to see, before you sign your contracts. So she's out there now. She's out there now. I'm trying to think who else. Even with singers, they get exposed too. Or if they don't get exposed, they make an album that's really, really dark. And it's usually the third or the fourth album. And if you look up numerology, you can put two and two together. It's normally the third or that fourth album that's just really, really dark. It's like they all cross over to like the devil. Well, pretty much. And literally they get dark, right? Because even Rihanna went from wearing a honey blonde weave to hair black, cut short, dark, guitar, dark. Then after the Rated R album, she was different. Then with Beyonce, you had the first album, Dangerously in Love. Then you had B-Day. Need to thank Anne Marie for that. Then you had I Am, Sasha Fierce. She had already been channeling the spirit of Sasha Fierce for the longest, since the first album. But officially, you saw the split between the two personalities for that third album. And then the fourth, by the time the fourth came around, she was having a baby. So I don't know. So look, there's something to this ish. It really, really is. Damn. Yep, Rihanna got her news leaked too. Yeah, yes. Talk about it. Even with all these celebs where their iClouds are getting hacked. How was everybody getting hacked? Gabrielle Union. Jill Scott actually sent her boobs to somebody. I'm just saying. And then if the industry don't get you there, they take you down later by tarnishing your name or catching you in a compromising position or taking you out. And like my source told me, they said, Storm, the way that people keep their business out of the media, their true business. See, you got their business that you see with TMZ and people because they call them. The real stuff that they do at the parties, the real stuff that they do at the award shows, when the cameras are cut off, they tell on each other to the press to keep their ish out the press. They call a media outlet and say, look, if you don't run this story, I'll tell you what my friend did. And your friend may be George Clooney. If you don't run this, I'll give you that. This is better. And you play a tug of war like this with social media outlets, with media outlets, and now social media outlets, even influencers. Why you think they trying to be? Why you think a lot of them trying to be friends with big influencers, or they get you to cross over? Because they need you on that side. They really need us more than we need them. Because the true day of the celebrity is dead. We all on the same even playing field here. You see, they ain't even got money like that. They done all ran the OnlyFans. I ain't hating. I'm just telling the truth. The stuff Cat Williams was telling you was true. Why you think he went through the stuff he went through? You think all that trouble he had was just because he was making it up in his head? No, he wasn't. Why do you think at one point Martin Lawrence was running out in the street in Texas heat talking about they trying to kill me? Who? Why do you think Michael Jackson told you they don't really care about us and this is it? Why do you think Weinstein was getting away with the things he was getting away with? You heard Rovier's story on the show. If you didn't see the interview, go watch it. It's on the channel. Why do you think, now that I gave y'all the exclusive on Jussie Smollett, I get a privacy violation from YouTube? And I got 48 hours to contest it or take it down. I'm gonna just take it down. I'm gonna just keep it on Patreon and members. So that's fine. I take it down. That's cool. Ain't gonna hurt me. But when the truth finally come out, y'all gonna know where you heard it. All right. So now let me actually take y'all comments here, and then we out of here. There's business, biz naive, bitness, and biz right. Storm giving us AJ Benza. Who is AJ Benza? Wait a minute. So now I'm finna look this up. AJ Benza. Who is that? I don't look like no AJ Benza. Is this AJ Benza? What? Who is AJ Benza? Oh, he gives you the scandal. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I get it now. My bad. Let me take that down. My bad. I get it now because I was just like, I thought y'all was trying to roast. She is not innocent trying to take another black man down. Okay. What about the text where he boasted about ruining Skye's life? I was trying to find those and I couldn't find them, but I have seen them. There are a lot of texts out there. Just search Twitter and they'll pop up. I'm not going to go through text all day and all night, but just know he only slept with her just to say he slept with her. It was a game. She got used. But it happens to young ladies and women every day. But she is who she is. And it just, to me, it's a bad look when somebody that you slept with say you a dark bitch. Wow. That's how you really feel, Juelz? You can tell which media outlets are compromised. They start showing their bias towards celebs. Absolutely. There's a certain IG page. I ain't gonna say their name. Right now on some people's payroll. Just saying. Biden and his brother owns an island next to Epstein. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they were all buying islands next to each other. That was the whole idea. Them islands out there are so small, you wouldn't want somebody to be able just to look over across the water and see what you're doing. So if I own it, my friend own this, my girl own that, my boy own that, you got a whole another world where you can do whatever you want to do. I hope Skye had an NDA. I doubt it. Why does he need to use her? I mean, it's all a game. You got to understand, young boys are weird. It's more of a notch on his belt. You know, he say, was she a dark AB? But that's a Disney girl, and he's able to say he had it. That's it. That's all it was. Or he could just be in his feelings because she moved on. He could just be in his feelings. Storm, your live shows are one of the best, if not the best. Oh, thank you, Vangie. I'm working to get better every day. Juelz says she cheated. Not a good excuse. Not a good excuse at all. And secondly, when you 16, 17, 18, you ain't cheated nothing. Cheat on what, boy? Cheat on what? Your daddy cheated on your mama. Expose him first. You heard about Bow Wow writing a tell-all book on a famous woman he done slept with. Is it gonna be a book or an album? Which is it? Because let me tell you something. You know what happened when you try to write them tell-alls. That's all I'm gonna say. He ain't gonna tell it all. He ain't gonna tell the all that you want to know. I feel like he got addicted, and that's why he leaking and exposing. Yeah, he hurt, and he don't know how to deal with it. That's when he's supposed to be able to call his daddy to get taught how to deal with the breakup and how to deal with rejection. That's when he actually supposed to be able to call his damn daddy. Okay. Anything else? All right, that's it, people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Make sure you guys actually go subscribe to the Celebrity Doctor. You know, I will be writing the script for Juelz and Skai Jackson. I might write one for the whole family. You already know how I go. But that channel is specifically just for the doctor, all right? So make sure you don't miss our shows and our videos over there. And I will catch you guys later. Yamaya's Gift is a brand that specializes in medicinal herbs and all natural supplements to help alleviate a lot of conditions that Americans suffer from, okay? Now, Yamaya's Gift got products to help you with that hypertension, to help speed up that weight loss, get rid of them fibroids, as well as help alleviate the symptoms of that diabetes. Oh yeah, that sugar is real bad. So now with Yamaya's Gift, you get a lot of gifts, but the best gift that anyone could ever give you is the ability to heal thyself from the inside out with products like elderberry syrup to help keep that immunity in check, because we all fighting Miss Rona. We all trying to windmill her ass up out of our lives. But one of my personal favorites, as a matter of fact, two of my personal favorite products with Yamaya's Gift is the all natural honey and the tea that's for men. And the reason why I like those products is because if you are somebody with a low sex drive, if you need a boost in the bedroom, and if you are ready to get Brian Pumpered, Lexington Steeled all night long, then just put some of that in your man's cup and you will be on your way to a happier, healthy marriage, all right? Now, place your orders today, whether you need your immunity taken care of, you're trying to lose some weight, you're trying to get rid of that sugar, the diabetes, or you're just trying to bust a nut, okay? Order her shit at www.yamayasgift.com. Are you ready to up your financial game? Are you sick of being broke and want to learn money-making skills that can actually help you to survive any recession or dip in the economy?
While watching the Storm Monroe show, I was introduced to epic trading. It's been a game changer for me. I literally started trading with pennies. I didn't need a minimum investment to start, and the support is really there. Traders teach you in live and pre-recorded videos.
Now, even though here at the Storm Monroe Show, I cannot make any promises on what you can make, but I do want to let you guys know that in some instances, people are making $25,000, $5,000, even $10,000 in a week alone. So this is a company that's definitely worth checking out. So why go give a university tens of thousands where you can invest just a little bit with them and be well on your way to financial freedom and success.
Hey guys, it's Shannon. I am a storm chaser. I learned of this wonderful epic program. This is something that we need